friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be discussing about 3 habits that I find extremely useful and that helped me stay motivated, and hopefully they will help you do the same. Habit number 1 is never forget why you started and where you started from. So oftentimes when we feel overwhelmed or when we feel like life is getting too much in our way and we should just focus on getting a good job or maybe finding the perfect work and life balance and not studying anymore. Like for me, I often get this feeling and I immediately remind myself of the time that I initially started planning to get into medical school. And I got into medical school because that's the only thing I ever wanted as a child. I always wanted to call people my patients. And now when life has fast forwarded years and years and I'm years and years now from that dream, now when I feel overwhelmed, I kind of remind myself of the spirit and energy I started this whole journey with. And I kind of remind myself of the days that I have been working my ass off to pass those exams, or when my friends were partying or having a nice job, and all the gatherings, all the family gatherings that I missed just because I had a Viva next day. The feeling of being overwhelmed just vanishes, and instead I start feeling like I'm gonna waste all those years of hard work, and I start focusing on how to continue my journey moving forward and getting licensed over here in the US, in my case. So same for you. If you are anybody who's feeling overwhelmed, or you're somebody who's thinking that it's too much now and you should stop, just remember the time when you started this whole journey and the spirit and the energy that you started this whole journey with. And I promise you that feeling of being overwhelmed is going to vanish away, and you're gonna start feeling like you're gonna waste all those years of hard work that you have put in yourself to come to the point where you are in life right now, and then go from there. Step number 2 would be, this is a bookish one, I know, but I promise I didn't put it here just because Google says so or because there's a ton of evidence. This is something that I have experienced on my own, and that is doing yoga or any other form of exercise, whether it's hitting the gym, whether it's doing treadmill or walking or jogging, whatever makes you feel good. So I have experienced this myself, and this is basic neuroscience, as Wendy Suzuki tells in her experiment that exercise actually help make brain cells. In a layman's language, exercise actually make more brain cells. The experiments of Wendy Suzuki, who's a neuroscientist, shows that exercise actually helps to make more brain cells. Exercise helps make cells in the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus of your brain. Now, hippocampus is the area that's involved in memory. Like memories like your first child's birth or your first breakup, that's involved in long-term memory. And prefrontal cortex is also an area which is involved in degenerative diseases over time, like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So her experiments have shown that exercise actually help reduce the risk of getting degenerative diseases over time. Along with that, exercise helps to increase your memory retention for at least 2 hours. Now, I'm not asking you to go hit the gym and exercise for like 2 hours every single day. I know in our daily lives it's hard to take out time and do stuff like that. But all I'm asking you over here is to do little by little, and having exercise as a daily routine, or doing exercise as a daily routine. And I started doing yoga years ago, and to be honest with you, I didn't start just to have a good memory or improve retention. I didn't even know this at that point in time, but I started doing yoga to help my back. I have a really bad back with the disc slip, so I started to get rid of the pain and stuff. But now when it has almost become a habit now, I try to stay like 15-20 minutes every day from my daily routine while the baby sleeps to do yoga or any other form of exercise that makes me feel motivated and feel good. Have you ever wondered how pumped you feel every time you exercise? That's because it increases the neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine and adrenaline, and those are the reasons that make you feel so pumped and motivated every time you exercise. But just because it's a lot of work and our bodies are designed not to work all the time, that's the reason you don't feel the motivation to go to the gym or maybe do yoga or any other form of exercise. But trust me, if you make this a habit, you are going to feel more focused and more motivated towards your goals in life. And that is not a bookish one, and this is not because Google says so. This is something that I have experienced on my own. And the last habit would be treating failure as a learning opportunity. So have you ever heard about Alibaba? Let me tell you a quick story over here. If you're watching this video in this century, chances are you know what Alibaba is. But do you know the history or the story of this owner of Alibaba? So this guy got rejected from university 3 times. He applied to Harvard 10 times, all rejected. In '94, he said he's gonna do something called internet, and everybody around him said it's a stupid idea. He contacted numerous companies, all rejected. He was earning $10 a month in '94 teaching at a local university. He worked hard and believed himself. And then he finally managed to raise like $50,000 from 18 capital venturists. Today, Alibaba is a multinational Chinese technology company, and Jack Ma, the person who owns Alibaba, is one of the richest men in this world. This is only to make you guys imagine for just a quick second that if Jack Ma had taken no as an answer or had taken failure as failure, which we usually do, there would have been no Alibaba today, and Jack Ma would have been probably earning $10 a month, or would have been retired by now and just sleeping on couches and eating McDonald's, you know. But he is one of the richest men in the world, and that's because he believed himself. He didn't take no as an answer. For the first 3 years, his company made $0 in revenue, but he continued to work more and more, and he took failure as an opportunity to learn and strive to do more. And today, he's so big. And it's not only Jack Ma. History is full of such people, and not because I'm not saying this because these people are from some other world or maybe from some other planet. These people are just like you, like me. If we take no as an answer, if we treat failure as a failure, which we usually normally do, it's not gonna take us anywhere. And this is something that I'm trying to overcome myself as well. I recently failed a very important exam, which was NAPLEX, and I had a feeling that I would fail it, but our brains are not designed like that. I did had a mini attack when I opened my results, and it was a fail. But I'm trying to overcome this feeling of failure as well. I'm trying to teach myself to treat this failure as a learning opportunity and to strive for doing more and more and working harder for the next time. So this is something that we need to incorporate in our lives and in our minds as well to help us stay motivated and help us stay on the track. If this video provided you any value, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram, which is MedNerdygram. And if there are any other questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys again next time. Peace!